Okay, so today is a metal detecting and exploring day, and here we go into the New Hampshire woods. And the end goal, hopefully, is to get to a cellar hole that I haven't been to in a few years. Same old story, just making the rounds. But I was looking at old aerial photos of the area and noticed something interesting, starting basically from here. As you can see in this spot, so this was old field. It's probably been grown in, I don't know, between 40 and 50 years. But I noticed, and you see that wall there, from here up to the cellar hole, which is quite a big distance, on the 1938, so 85 years ago, on that aerial photo, there's several old squares, fields, pastures and stuff. And it was kind of odd. I can't show you the pictures because they're copywritten, but it's like there's one that's clear, one that's grown in, one that's clear, and then there's a massive one that was wide open in 38. 25 years later, to the 63 aerial photo, roughly, they were growing back in. So this is probably another farm that went kaput around the Great Depression. So that's what we're going to do. Grab the detector, climb the hill, because this is a hill, and see what it looks like out there in conjunction with what I saw in aerial photos. Well, that's interesting already, and a very good sign. That is completely shouldered with rocks. There's something metal in it, like a little bridge. So, travel path heading up in here. So I just looked online again. This is the first square that was wide open. So this is 85 years of grow back. And then the next square, as you can see the wall here, this one was grown in. Actually, I can hear water back there. And then the next one was wide open. Just like I said, just kind of strange. But the one that has me really curious is way up on the hill, far away from this house. Way up on the hill. So for them to have kept that open all the way up into the 30s or maybe 40s, makes me wonder what it looks like up there. All right, let's see what the overgrown one looks like now. Well, that makes sense as to why it was not open field. It's rough, and what's even more rough, wow, that is a hill. Hard to see it on video, but believe me, that's huge. All right, on my way up, and running right up the side. Beautiful cart path. So this is the way that they were getting up and down up to the field we're going to. Wow. Yeah, that's a 4-foot shoulder. I can see wall up there, so it's actually not too far up. It's just a pretty steep grade right down to that brook. Wow, this is clear as day, huh? Oof. There we go. Terminating at the proper break. And this is our, what was Big wide open field, probably from the early to mid 1700s to the early to mid 1900s. And as I get up in here, once again, beautiful. First grow back, nice and clean, can walk right through. Yeah, you can definitely see this was field. And absolutely nothing. I just swung around for 30 minutes. Quiet. Nice, but quiet. So, because I'm, like I said, objective is to get up to the cellar hole. We're almost there. One more square, and then we'll be there. Well, there's a maybe. Maybe not. 22 slug. Well, here's one right in the chimney stack. I don't know. Lots of rocks and brick. That's why we go slow. Actually, have no other option but to go slow. Mission accomplished. Button in the chimney stack. That's wild. It rang up 83 like a large copper. Nice little design. Good. Very good. And I'll give it the complimentary check. Wow, great signal, and that's really good. It's not always easy working the same old sites that you and everybody else have been hitting forever. Another one. Wow. Beauty with a shank. And 18 inches from the first one. And I clearly remember working this chimney stack and pulling buttons 6-7 years ago. Tell you one thing, the nails are ringing up good, but this is the only spot you have a chance of maybe finding something in all the noise. That's a nail. Yeah, nails. Yeah, shotgun. And another one. Well, I'm going to start moving around to get 2 buttons out of a well-worked site's pretty good. But being that I walked so far up, there's a lot of stuff in between that I haven't seen, and we'll swing. See what happens. Good numbers, sounds deep. And it's right under a root. Of course. Wow. Can't even tell what it is. It's part from a lantern that threaded down in. Well, that's cool. And you know it's old, and you know it's been in the ground forever because that root is from that pine. And it was directly under it. Well, there's stuff out here. I'm essentially walking in the old field across from where the house was. My intention is to head up, you know, away from, and then all the way down. There we go. Well, I'm all the way down the bottom. Nothing extraordinary out of the ordinary, no signals. A lot of it was like this with the down trees. So I just blazed my way to the bottom to this spot. Oh yeah, this is a junkyard like the other day. Plenty of tires. I say bed frame, but it looks like an old rumble seat. There's stuff in the ground everywhere. And you can tell by all those small rocks. Wow, they worked this little spot. And then on the other side, it's just wet. This side's clean, with the exception of all the car parts. We'll see about that. There's junk everywhere, so I'm assuming there's lots of little pieces of junk everywhere. But, oof. We are in an old farm field. Oh, it's a thing. It's an old snap button. Brush it off. Swifts. Can't say I've ever seen one of these. Actually, I think it's aluminum. Well, that's cool. It's different. And it's another button. I think that's it for this place. Exhaust parts. Rubber things with metal. But I did complete my objective, which was to walk this entire side up cellar hole. Found a couple things and walked all the way back. Good day. All right. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.